Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Acupuncture is My Life. Now this episode is going to be either a 2 or 3 part series because I've been receiving lots of messages on the Acupuncture is My Life app regarding anxiety. And most of these messages were building on the episode discussing anxiety on the Acupuncture is My Life TV channel that's streaming on Roku TV, Apple TV, Amazon Fire, Android TV, as well as every iPhone and Android device. And what I want to hone in on for, I would say, probably 2 or 3 podcast episodes, so this may be a 2 or 3 part series, is the fact that some individuals stated they are taking anti-anxiety medications, and some of them I'd informed them of the dangers of doing that. And I decided, I'm sure there are quite a few individuals that are on anti-anxiety medications globally that may want to go back and sit with their medical doctor to discuss the dangers, side effects, and look into sitting with an acupuncturist, because for the most part there's no medication. Depending on the severity, you may be recommended an herbal formula to try for a short period of time. But acupuncture is very effective in treating mental and emotional disorders, and many individuals are unaware of that. Although many have praised the part 1 of the anxiety episode on Acupuncture is My Life TV, there's a part 2, and that part 2 is going to get into how anxiety can cause hair loss. Yep, how anxiety can cause hair loss. So, but in this episode, I want to discuss anti-anxiety medications and what can go wrong with taking these types of prescription drugs. Because everyone wants the quick fix. And there are many individuals globally who do not want to see an acupuncturist. It may take a few treatments before I start to feel the way I want to feel, but what are the side effects to that? And correct. You see, what happens here is you want to pop a pill and hopefully feel better faster. But keep in mind, when it comes to psychiatric medications, they're just like other prescription drugs. They have side effects. And the side effects that are tied to benzodiazepines are very concerning, because benzodiazepines, they're helpful in the short run, but long-term use is not good, because long-term use can reduce brain activity. You can become addicted and experience memory problems as well. Now, these side effects do not come with getting regular acupuncture treatments. You see, benzodiazepines decrease overall brain activity, and it sort of gives your brain a toxic appearance. And it's a very addictive drug. It's very hard for many individuals who are taking benzodiazepines for an extended period of time to stop. And there are quite a few individuals that are seeing acupuncturists to sort of help get off of this prescription drug. And studies have shown, extended use of this drug increases your risk of dementia by up to even more than 50%. That is a big, big number. Whenever you're feeling like overwhelmed by anxiety and you're faced, with a lot of stress, especially like even having to deal with, with this pandemic, right? Many individuals are stressed. My advice to you is see your local acupuncturist. See your local acupuncturist. That's my advice to you. Like I said, there are no drugs prescribed, and there's very, very few side effects to acupuncture. I can't even tell you what side effect would be tied to acupuncture in treating mental and emotional disorders. That may take me some time to even try and create a side effect. Because you have to understand something. As a licensed board certified doctor of acupuncture, I understand that health is wealth. I understand that the wealth isn't in the bank. It's not in a safe. It's not in your pocket. It's not in your purse. It's not under the mattress. It's not in the shoebox in the closet. It's not under the doghouse in the backyard. I understand that it's in you. But you want to know something? There are several, I guess, personal causes. There are several causes that increase mental illness. In this case, anxiety, chronic anxiety. Because as we discuss, we have a panel of experts on the Anxiety Part 1 episode on Acupuncture is My Life TV, streaming on Roku TV, Apple TV, Amazon Fire, and Android TV, as well as every iPhone and Android device. In that episode, we have a panel of experts that discuss as well, how anxiety can serve as a cause for disease. In some ways, you can attempt to approach treating this disorder, and that includes with acupuncture as well. Because there are certain risk factors that exacerbate this potential disorder. Now, anxiety is not necessarily a disorder in and of itself, as long as it's in its acute phase, because it helps us deal with stress. Anxiety helps us cope with stress. It's just once it becomes chronic, we have problems. Okay? We have problems at that point. And this is why, you have Acupuncture is My Life. And if you have any questions about anxiety, just download the Acupuncture is My Life app. It's free. It's on, it's in the Apple Store if you're an iPhone user, and the Google Play Store if you're an Android user. But, what increases mental illness is, what contributes to mental illness. And this includes anxiety. When there's a reduction, let's say, of blood flow. When, let's say, you're retired or aging, lots of concern, worry, anxiousness. When you're just sitting home and you feel unproductive. Inflammation contributes to anxiety becoming a disorder. Genetics play a part. And I'm I'm just speaking in layman's terms right now. Genetics can contribute to it. Head trauma, being exposed to certain toxins, immune disorders, infections, diabetes and obesity, sleep deprivation. I mean, these are all contributors to chronic anxiety, to anxiety, period. And this is why I say over and over, just watch the anxiety episode on Acupuncture's My Life TV. There's so much you can learn from watching that episode. Because, you know, especially with the times in which we're going through these days globally, anxiety is a huge mental and emotional disorder in its chronic stage that can cause a myriad of other health issues. That's why I say, along with seeing your physician on an annual basis, regular wellness visits to an acupuncturist would address this and look to keep it from becoming a disorder that can cause disease. Because with acupuncture, it's about that mind, body, and spirit connection, with the yin and yang and all three aspects being in balance, and qi and blood flowing harmoniously throughout the body. Keeping you balanced is what you need, especially in times like this. And I'm glad so many individuals globally have been watching Acupuncture's My Life TV on those streaming platforms, because there's so much I see that you guys are really learning. And I've gotten quite a few messages from individuals in Nepal. Yeah, in Nepal. And, you know, so much that you're getting from it. And that's what Acupuncture's My Life is here for. That's what we're here for. And that's why I'm constantly saying, you must make acupuncture a part of your life. Because acupuncture is my life. What's yours?